All right. Hey, good day. It's Jonathan Zabrocki here. I am a realtor just like you. I've done real estate in two different states now, California and Minnesota. In those areas, I've sold $424 million of residential real estate with my system CPS3. I've now taught it to realtors, I don't want to say around the globe, but certainly nationwide, and it's been effective in 49 out of 50 states. The only state it has not worked in yet is, what is that tiny one? Delaware. Delaware is the only state it hasn't worked in. Anyway, the only reason for that is I just haven't found a realtor there who is from Delaware. So if you're from Delaware and you're watching this, oh my gosh, I'll like mentor you for free just so I can say that it works in all 50 states. All right, what I want to talk about today is initial consultation. And this is where a lot of realtors mess it up. Um, and the way a lot of realtors mess up an initial consultation is they start getting too flashy, right? They start to develop the PowerPoint, and they start to develop the hour-long presentation, and they start to, we're number one, list price ratio. These are how many homes we sold in your neighborhood, and all this, yeah, that for most home sellers and even home buyers, they just don't care about that, right? Like, think about this. When you go get your coffee at Starbucks, um, do you care if the name of the person that makes your Starbucks is Fred or Sally, or if they're purple or green or whatnot? Or when you go to the grocery store and you got your 9 items in your grocery cart and you check out, are you like, oh man, I can't check out because this checkout person, his name is Dave, and I don't like Daves. So no, I mean, the reason Amazon exists and thrives so well is they just give people what they want. And what people want is the end result. And so, what I had to learn about 16 years ago is that the end result that a buyer and a seller want, they just want it done. Like, just help me get this thing that I want. So, I developed an initial consultation, which is totally different than what traditional realtors use. And it's been super effective, right? It's basically 3 parts. The first part is, and it's all detailed up in my guide to your success right here. If you want to know how to get this guide to your success, I'll tell you later on in the next few minutes. Where was I? Initial consultation, 3 parts. It's a total of about 15 minutes. The first part of the IC, I tell people it's a little bit about me, what makes me different, how I massively benefit people like you. And I have it actually typed up in my green machine. And I bring this to all my appointments, whether it's a buyer appointment, a seller appointment, and it is right here. And I just start flipping through the pages. And it's like, hey, we got mutual permission to reject. You may want to work with me, you may not. You got 4 options. My purpose, my promises to you. Some of my promises are like, hey, I'm going to be on time. And if I'm ever late, I owe you $5. No, not $5, because people wouldn't care about that. I open up the real money. I say, hey, if I'm ever late, I owe you $100. Would you appreciate working with a realtor that did that for you? Second promise is going to be brutally honest with you in love. If I don't do that, I owe you $100. Would you appreciate working with a realtor that did that for you? Third promise, I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. Would you appreciate working with a realtor that just gets the job done and does what they say they're going to do? Well, if for some reason I don't do that, you just let me know and I owe you $100. And other things that go along in that initial consultation. After that first 5 minutes is done, then I say, hey, so now that you know a little bit more about me, what makes me different, how I massively benefit people like you, I'm going to ask you a few questions. And I go in deep into asking people 7 questions, basically like, why do you want to move? Why do you want to do it now? But I don't say it like a school teacher or a principal where it's like, why are you late? Why are you this? I do it more like an Oprah Winfrey, right? And it's more like a massive curiosity, massive, gosh, this is how I start my day. It's in the green machine, and there's about 15 pages worth that I take a look at every day. That's really, it's helped me out, but really it's this word, wonderment. So it's like, hey, I'm just really, really curious, like Curious George. And I jot down their answers, and it'll give any editorial to what they say. And then I say, wow, based on what you told me, I recommend we go get this thing done for you. And voila, about 2/3 of the time, people just sign the listing agreement right there, or they sign the buyer rep agreement right there to have me like help and work with them. And it's just so fun. Like I don't have to do arm twisting. I'm not doing like combative. What do they call it? Gosh, when I was searching years ago as to how to do real estate, all this objection handling, right? Like, okay, you got to come up with the 9,000 different objection handlers. Like they say this and you say this, and then you don't have to do any of that anymore with this system. Um, and then the third part of the IC is digging into like, what do they want? So I get out my magic pad of paper. I call it my magic pen. And I go, okay, say this is a magic pad of paper, it's a magic pen. You just tell me what you're looking for, and boom, it's going to appear. Now realize you're going to have to pay for it. So you can't say you want an 18-car garage and blah, 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 and pay, $47,000 for it. So you're gonna have to pay for it, but assuming you got the money and you want to pay for it, what does your dream place look like? And then we start sketching it out. And then we go find them a home. Generally, from the time I get a lead to the time I do this initial consultation is about 2 to 3 days. And then from the initial consultation to going pending, for me, it ranges anywhere between 5 to 15 days. And for people who implement my system, realtors around the nation, excuse me, many times they start out in that 30 days. So from the time they meet somebody to the time pending, it's about 30 days. And it gets better and better as you get better and better at it. Oh my gosh, okay, if you want to learn this and all the 11 ways to attract really cool premium buyers and sellers that I use and go really deep. We're talking like 3 hours deep into the initial consultation and get the exact pages and verbiage and the guide to your success. Then somewhere on here, there's probably a link. Click that link and get signed up. If there's not a link, go to this site called profitsandpassionslive.com, and you'll get the details there. All right. See you guys. Have a great day. Bye.